What is good, guys? M.V.K here, back again. How's everybody doing? And I'm here to deliver on the questions that you bestowed upon me for the theme of this month. Every guys know every month on my Patreon I give a theme, and you deliver questions for me to answer about that theme and of that character. And the character of that theme for January, I chose a character that debuted actually in January, and that was the Green Hornet. I decided to do a theme Q&A on the Green Hornet. Yes, the classic character that came out on radio first, January 31st, I believe, 1936. I gotta make sure I remember that. Yes, Green Hornet's been out just as long as Shadow, Batman, and all those characters. So yeah, he's been out for a long time. He's been out since my grandfather was young. But having said that, you guys kicked some butt, especially at short notice. I was about a couple of good people that left me questions to answer for the Green Hornet, and I'm here to deliver on that for you guys. How many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. About 12 of you guys. As you guys know, it's on the Patreon. It's for everybody. They can participate. 4 questions a piece for everybody. And I always try to tell people, try not to read other people's questions. Do not put the same questions. That they never listen. And many times I try not to tell them. But with that being said, guys, we're going to kick this off. And we're going to start it off at the beginning. The first person to leave questions. We're starting with Mr. Multiverse. What's up? He was the first person to put questions. And the first question is, we've had Britt and Kato meet Batman, the Shadow, the Spirit, and even the Lone Ranger. But what's a dream crossover you want? Personally, I'd be down for a Green Hornet and the Question. Ooh, that's a good one. Green Hornet and the Question. For me, I am gonna go the Green Hornet and Daredevil. That'd be cool. Green Hornet and Daredevil. That's one. Green Hornet and the Green Arrow. That'd be cool. I think those are definitely the two I put up at top. I would love to see how Britt would get along with Matt, or Britt would get along with Ollie. Things like that. So yeah, that'd be great. And I would probably have Black Canary in that too, so she can mix it up with Kato or learn some things from Kato. Be kind of cool. Your next question is, who's a writer you want on a Green Hornet comic? Well, I got my wish with Mark Waid. I got my wish with him. I thought Kevin Smith was good in his run. I would love to see probably how Jed McKay would do, or Segura on there as well. Those are probably 2 I could go with. Your next question, would you be open to the idea of Green Hornet and Kato facing more superpowered or supernatural threats? Yeah, definitely. I would be all down for that. Like, I would love, like, being that they're supposed to be, kind of in that world. That'd be like, imagine them meeting like Tombstone or a guy who's kind of like Tombstone. That'd be kind of cool. So yeah, I would be down for that. They're more grounded. Those pulp era hero characters, they didn't face a lot of supernatural or superpowered threats. But I would be down for it. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Multi. We move on to Quentin Blake, and the first question is, do you want a new Green Hornet, a new game for the Green Hornet and Kato? There was a game. I don't remember them being a game for Green Hornet and Kato. If that is, I must have missed it. But I mean, I would be down for a game for them, done properly. Yeah. Question number 2. Do you want a crossover with Daredevil? Like what I just say. That's my dream. That would be a dream crossover. I would love a crossover with Daredevil. Third question. You want a new TV show or movie? Yes, and yes to it. Yeah, to a degree. Thank you, Quentin, for those questions. Moving on to Comic Guy J990. He asks me, when did you first discover the Green Hornet? Oh boy, when did I first discover the Green Hornet? I'm not older. I'm not that old, guys. Okay, let me just put that out there. I probably first got a look at the Green Hornet probably when I was like 15. I was like 15, and they used to show the classic, 1960s Batman and Robin. And then one day, right after that, and I think this was on like Nick at Night or so, and all of a sudden after that, there was and I knew who Kato was. I was like, hey, that's Bruce Lee. I'm like, that's Bruce Lee. Whoa, what's he doing? And then I heard the music. I'm like, the Green Hornet. Cool. I'm gonna check this out. And I watched it there. So I was like 15 when I first discovered the Green Hornet. Is kind of special. Thoughts on the Black Beauty? I think it's a pretty nice car. It's beautiful. It is a beauty. It's a classic. It's a beauty. I forget what brand it is, but in terms of the car, but it's pretty, very pretty. The Black Beauty. That's what he calls it. Number 3. How do you feel about Bruce Lee casted as Kato? I'm a huge Bruce Lee fan. That's one of my idols. So seeing him on TV like that was really cool. It's funny because, overseas, when they were showed overseas, like in Hong Kong, that was the Kato show. Green Hornet was like his sidekick. That's straight up real. That's not even joking about that. What was your thoughts on Seth Rogen's Green Hornet film? I didn't care for it. I wanted to like it. I thought Seth was going to be more serious with it, and I should have known better. That was stupid of me to think that way. And, it was just, it was too much comedy, but that's who Seth Rogen is. And poor Jay Chow, I hope I'm saying his name right, nobody's going to be able to follow the great Bruce Lee as Kato. And I felt bad for him just trying to play that role. And then, of course, Cameron Diaz as Lenore Case, his secretary she was fine, but it was just like they're trying too hard to see who's gonna try to boink her. I was like, good God, get off of that. So yeah, I didn't care for it too much. Sorry. That's it. Thank you for the questions. Next, we move on to Solomon the Hooded. And Solomon asks, who would make a good Green Hornet and Kato? That's tough. If they ever wanted to make a new Kato, a Green Hornet and Kato, let me see. Well, Kato, I would probably go Andrew Koji, who's playing Ryu. I would still make him Japanese because Kato's Japanese. He's not Chinese. He's Japanese. And there's a question about that too, about his nationality, his ethnicity, that I'm gonna answer because I saw it on the list. But yeah, in terms of Green Hornet, who could I see playing the Green Hornet? Let's see. Who could I see? Let's see. Who could I see playing? Now I want to know. Now I gotta really. Who could I see playing the Green Hornet? Who could play Britt Reid? You know who I'm gonna go with? Glenn Pollock. I think Mr. Glenn Powell could probably play a good Green Hornet. There you go. Glenn Powell. Let's see. Next question is from. Hold on. Damn it. Okay. Next question. Oh, and then your next question is: did you like the Kevin Smith Green Hornet comic series under Dynamite Comics? Yeah, I did. I did enjoy that. I thought Kevin Smith did a really good job. You know, basically it was Britt Reid Jr., Britt's son, took over the mantle, and Kato's daughter took over as Kato, and they actually became a couple. I thought it was fun. I do recommend people to read his comic. It was good. I think Dynamite has it in omnibuses, so you can read the whole series. But it was fun. I really enjoyed that. Artwork was great too. Beautiful. I think Jonathan Lau did the artwork in that. Well, it was beautiful. Next up, we move to Liza Hughes. She asks, did you ever see the Green Hornet TV series? Yes, I did. I was 15 when I first saw it. So, yes, I did. And that's our only question. Next up, we go to Ken Houston. And Ken asks, did you ever see the Batman and Robin versus Green Hornet and Kato episode? Yeah, I did. And I called a lot of bullshit on it, too. Especially with Robin beating Kato. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I was like, you gotta be fucking. And from what I understood, and this could be rumored or I could be totally wrong, but I heard and I read somewhere that Bruce was really pissed off about, and Burt Ward, who played Robin, was scared to do the fighting with, because it's Bruce Lee. So I was like, oh yeah, I can get that. But yeah, I watched it. I did watch it. Are any of the actors of Green Hornet still alive? I don't think so. I know the actress who played Miss Case, she died of cancer. She had retired in the 70s from acting, and then she got cancer later on. Bruce Lee's dead. He passed, of course. I think the actor who played the Green Hornet passed away a couple of years ago. I don't think anybody's alive. I could be wrong. Correct me on that. Matter of fact, let me go check it, see now. I'm just going to make sure let me see. Let's do this. Are any of the actors from Green Hornet original TV series still alive? Nope. Nobody from the main show is alive. They all passed away. I believe it was. Van Williams, who played Green Hornet, he died in 2016. Yeah, he was the last one. I wanted to make sure. Nope. So sorry to answer your question, Ken. No. We move on to Adam Strange verse. You know I'm gonna do it. You know I'm gonna rib on your name, bro. I'm sorry, but I like the name, but I'm gonna rib with it. The first question is: did you like the crossover series Mask? Yes, I did. I enjoyed the first part better than the Mask 2, but I enjoyed it. It put all the Mask pulp era hero characters together, and I thought it was really cool. So yeah, Green Hornet, mixing it up with the Spider, the Shadow, Zorro. Oh, that was great. I love that. That was cool. Number 2. Was the Green Hornet a creation of two people or one? 2, I believe. I think it was 2. Co-created. Co-created. I want to make sure that, but I do remember it being 1 or 2. Yes, 2 people. George W. Trenell and Fran Stryker created the character. So yeah, dual creators. And your next question is, when did the Green Hornet debut? The Green Hornet debuted on radio January 31st, 1936. Now do the math, and that's how old the Green Hornet is. So Adam, thank you for those questions. I appreciate it very much. We move on to Irvin Barnett Jr. and Irvin asks me, I heard Kato's, here it is. This is the question I wanted to get to. I heard Kato's name, main nationality was changed from Japanese to Filipino. Is that true? Yes, that is true. Originally, Kato was Japanese. When in the radio show, they would literally say his faithful Japanese chauffeur and partner, sidekick. But after 1940, once when the United States entered World War II, they altered his nationality. Instead of making, and they kept him Asian, but they turned his nationality from Japanese to Filipino. And you can understand why. Japan was the enemy. I get it. I understand, but to me, it was just stupid. Like, you should have kept it Japanese, because not every Japanese, especially Japanese Americans, they weren't the enemy. Not everybody was trying to kill. It was just stupid. But yeah, that is true. That is very true. Domino mask or full mask on the Green Hornet? I dig the domino mask. I know I've seen people like the whole full mask that covers his full face, and it has the Hornet, the Green Hornets on the mask. It's like a full mask. It's okay. I don't mind it. If anybody want to know what I'm talking about, like the full mask, here, let me show you. Oh, sorry. Let me show you. It looks like this. And I'm sorry about that. My questions came up. If you look carefully, you can see it right there. You see? That's the full mask he wears. I like the domino mask. I'm cool with that. So yeah. And that is all your questions. Thank you, Irvin, for those questions. Moving on to Christian Barnes. Christian asks, is it true Green Hornet is actually a spin-off of the Lone Ranger? Yes, that is true. Again, that is true. It all goes back to radio. That is very true. The Green Hornet is a spin-off of the Lone Ranger. Remember, Lone Ranger was a radio show back in the day, way back in the old days, before it became a live show and all that. Our grandparents probably listened to it on the radio. But yes, it was a spin-off, and then because it came out of that, and basically for anybody who doesn't know, and that goes into the next question that Christian asks, and isn't Green Hornet the nephew of the Lone Ranger? Yes, he is. Britt is related to the Lone Ranger, John Reid. Britt Reid is his nephew. So yes, they are blood. They are actual blood. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Next up is one of my new Patreons, Leanne. Leanne asks, the Green Hornet's primary weapon is the gas gun, or the Hornet gun, as he calls it. Are there any other weapons he's used, like maybe other real guns? Nothing to my knowledge. Everything is the gas gun, and he's got like stingers he throws out as well. And Kato will throw out like darts or shurikens, but no, he has like, you talking about like a real, like a Thompson or something like that? No. Or 1911 like the Shadow carries? No. It's the gas gun. He's not trying to kill people really. Number 2, does Dynamite still own the license of Green Hornet? Yeah, I think they do, because they continue to put out comics with the Green Hornet. The last comic I remember Dynamite putting out was Dynamite teaming the Green Hornet up with Ms. Fury, So yeah, I think they do. Number 3, would you watch an animated series based on the Green Hornet? And what would you want it to be? More child-based or more adult-based? Good question. That's a good one. Would I mind an animated Green Hornet series? No, I would not. I would watch it very much. What would I want it to be? I would want it to be a good blend, but definitely more adult-based. So yeah, I would be more adult-based with it. Thank you, Leanne, for those questions. Moving on to Night Guardsman, and Night Guardsman asked me, I hated the Seth Rogen movie. Can you name at least one thing about that movie you loved? I can't. Can you? Well, Cameron Diaz was nice to look at. How's that? The Black Beauty was nice to look at, I guess. Yeah, those are two nice things I could say. Do you think characters like the Green Hornet are just too outdated to continue in this day and age, or is it just too many ignorant people who just sleep on the character? Oh boy, this may bother a lot of people. No, I don't think he's outdated. I think he still can be used. I do think people are a little bit, as you said, ignorant or sleep on the character, because you got heroes like Superman and Batman and Spider-Man and all those characters that are technically a lot better than him. But no, I don't think he's outdated. I don't. And your last question is, would you read a comic series that just starred Kato? I did. Yes. I have read just a comic series that starred Kato. Dynamite put out a Kato comic. Like I said, in that continuity, Kato and Britt Reid died. Kato trained Britt Reid Jr. and his daughter became his Kato, and so they continued that. So yeah, yes. So I would read that. Thank you, Night Guardsman. And last but not least, we go on to the final questions coming from Tim Sawyer, and Tim asks, wasn't there a Dick Tracy Green Hornet crossover? Yes, there was. There was a comic strip, I believe, like newspaper strip of the Green Hornet and Dick Tracy crossing over. I think you can find it. Just Google it, you'll find it. What did you think of Lenore Chase, Green Hornet's secretary? She was fine. She was one of the few people that knew Britt and the Britt was the Green Hornet. Sorry, I'm trying to. Let's see. Next question is, did you like the Green Hornet themes? Yeah, I thought it was cool. It's cool. Is it up there like my top 5 favorite themes? No, but it's fun. Basically, you heard it in a lot in Kill Bill, when she's going back to Japan and all that stuff. When she's driving in the streets of Tokyo, when Kato Bitro, that's the Green Hornet theme. That's the yeah. That's it. That's all it was. Next up, and your next question is, did you like the concept of the Green Hornet as a whole, or do you think it was kind of dumb? I like the idea of like they're posing as the villains. They're posing as villains just to get into like the shady underground of criminals. All the criminals in the city think they're bad, but they're not. and they get inside, they take them out, and that's how they. And it's kind of cool because it actually lets them get to things that maybe they couldn't get to if they were always on the side of the law. So they got to play off that, the way Seth Rogen explained it. I didn't like it. We'll pose as bad guys just to get close, which is true. I didn't mind that, but again, it's just how he said it that just really kind of, I'm like, but yeah, I didn't mind that concept at all. And that was your last question. That's four. Actually, you wrote a fifth one. Tim, since you're the last one, I will let this slide. Your last question, your fifth question. So bonus time. Yes, it's bonus time. Shouts out to Dashi. Bonus question, I'll give it to him. He says, the Daily Sentinel, that's Green Hornet's paper. The Daily Bugle, y'all should know who that is. The Daily Planet, y'all should know who that is. Why does every goddamn newspaper company have Daily as their first name? Well, I mean, that's kind of a good question, but newspapers, especially back then, when did they come out? They come out daily, right? They come out daily. So it makes sense to have a name that screams. I mean, one of the local papers here in New York is called the Daily News. And you got I know there's the Daily Tribune, all these different newspapers. So yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, you do hear it a lot in comics and other forms of literature. Like you said, Daily Bugle, Daily Planet, the Daily Sentinel, which is kind of a cool name. But yeah, it's fine. You just think about it like that. Well, guys, that is all the questions I have for my Green Hornet themed Q&A. I want to thank everybody. Again, I want to go down the list. I'm going to give a shout out to everybody. Something new I'm doing. Everybody who bestowed questions on me, you getting a shout out today. So shouts out to Mr. Multiverse. Shouts out to Quentin Blake. Shouts out to Comic Guy J990. Shouts out to Solomon the Hooded. Thank you very much. Shouts out to Elijah Hughes, aka Galactus Girl. Shouts out to Ken Houston. Shouts out to Adam Strange first. Shouts out to Irvin Barnett Jr. Shouts out to Christian Barnes. Shouts out to Leanne Powers. Thank you. Shouts out to Night Guardsman. And shouts out to Tim Sawyer. I want to thank all you guys for bestowing questions upon me. I had a lot of fun answering your questions. I hope I answered them to the best of my abilities. As always, what is the next theme for February? Well, come to my Patreon and post post your vote on what I should do next. Because I put a poll up. There's a poll. I posted a poll on the Patreon, which everybody can be a part of. And right now, there's a certain former sidekick of Batman that is winning the poll with 45%. Next on the list, who's the second runner-up, is the most powerful man in the universe. And everyone else who is at 9%, you guys got catching up to do. So go check that out. I would really appreciate it. If you don't know, link in the description down below for my Patreon. Go check it out. There's free play. This thing coming for free and paid content as well. But with that being said, you guys take care. I love you. You guys, peace. One love. Stay tuned. Deuces, guys.